Hi everyone. Well, I am really a fan of drugstore makeup, and when I travel anywhere around the world, I try to find makeup in that country that is, local. That local women would go into the drugstore and purchase affordable makeup. And I just got back from a trip to Portugal and Spain, and I was always on the lookout as we traveled about. And I went into a drugstore. There was a drugstore chain called Primos, and it seems to be like the Sephora of Portugal and Spain. And they have a lot of the high-end brands, but also the lower ones too. And I was trying to keep everything under a couple of dollars, and I came back with an assortment of really interesting products that I want to share with you. Now, I've got nothing on my face at all right now. I'm going to put some Embryolisse. I was just noticing I've got it right by my side here. I'm going to put some Embryolisse cream on as a moisturizer. Haven't got my facial oil on today, but that's okay. I don't use that every single day, but I'm going to. And this cream, Embryolisse, is from France. It's a very beautiful moisturizer. You can actually use it as a cleanser as well, but you can see it immediately puts color in your face and gives you a little bit of a glow. Great base for makeup. I don't use primers, so I'm just going to put my foundation on, and I'm going to use my foundation that I discovered this just a few weeks ago, and it's now become my #1 go-to foundation. It's the CoverGirl and Olay. It's called Simply Ageless. It's got a hyaluronic acid complex and with vitamin C. This to me is a dupe for the Max Factor Ageless Elixir that I used to use years ago and I loved so much. And you'll see when I put this on why I like it so much. For mature skin with wrinkles and crinkles, it's really beautiful. And I'm going to just pop it on the brush. And I often just put this on with my fingers, but I wanted to take a minute to just show you how it's going on. And I'm just sort of patting it in. I'm not sort of streaking it too much. And just on this side of my face, I actually, breaking all the rules, put it on under my eyes as well. But it's extremely lightweight. Now, can you see the difference there on that side of my face? This is an affordable makeup product. It's a drugstore brand, CoverGirl, and it's actually owned, I didn't realize this, but CoverGirl and Max Factor are both owned by Procter & Gamble. So it's very, very possible that when they discontinued that Ageless Elixir, excuse me, talking and applying makeup, there may be a similar formulation. I did some checking and it did look like there were some ingredients that were similar. And of course it's got hyaluronic acid and also vitamin C in this one, which good for your skin. I'm going to put it on my eyes as well. This is kind of going to be an average going out in the world day. It's not going to be a full glam look or anything like that. It's just going to be, what I would go out into the world with. And I'm just putting tiny little bits on the brush, by the way. It's just my way. It gives me some control over what I put in each part of my face. But anyway, how are you doing, everybody? I hope that you're okay. And when I do these makeup videos, remember, it's just for fun. There's like nothing I'm trying to prove or demonstrate or promote. I'm just doing things that were fun for me. And actually, I love going into other countries' drugstores and looking at the things that people adore buying. Now, that's kind of the foundation for the day. That's it. And I always keep a little bit, by the way, funny habits on the brush because I can use that as a kind of a smudger if I get a bit carried away with blush or need to tone down. So that's the CoverGirl foundation. If you can get it and try it, I'd love to know what you think about it, because I don't mean to be like a fanatic about how great this is, but for me personally, this is my foundation. I love it. Now, I found a in Portugal and Spain called Technic. Now this is a bronzer contour palette. You won't believe when I tell you, if I get it open, that it cost me, I have no fingernails at all, I'm hopeless. But that's maybe one thing about drugstore foundation, makeup and foundations, is that they're hard to open or they're plastic and they're not perfect. Or you have to find the little rim. I think that's the secret. Hold on a minute here. Let me get on hold of this. My hands are slippy because of the foundation. Here we go. Okay, so this is what I would call a contour palette. It's got highlight. It could be considered a blush, but I'm actually going to use this one here as kind of just a slight contour. And I'm going to use one of my expensive brushes. This is the Hot and Flashy brush from BK Beauty. It's really cool. And it gives you an opportunity. I think this is the color that I used here, the lighter one. And I'm going to just dab a little bit on this part of my cheek right here. Now, normally I might use a cream bronzer or a cream contour, but I only had the powder one. This little set Can you see how it's making a bit of a little line there? And I'm going to put this underneath. Now, don't be bothered by what appears to be a line, like a smudgy line, because I'm going to blend blush in there and it'll all go together. But that just gives your face a little bit of a contour, and underneath here particularly. Now, this cost $1 for a palette of 4. And I think, you know, it's not the best powdered bronzer I've ever used, but if I don't want to spend a lot of money, and Technic is available actually, it's a UK brand, but it's actually very, very big in Spain and Portugal. And so this is the one that I chose to show you that. Now, from a blush perspective, they actually do a similar format, these kind of circular, oh, this one was easier to open, blush palette. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's got some lovely colors. This was my favorite one here, of course, but I like the pink as well. These are super popular products, and I think that they're good value. Again, it was about $1.50, I think, less than $2. And these are like the products you get from, Shop Miss A, and the ones that are super, super affordable. But when you get right down to it, I mean, there were no cream products in this line, but, it's okay. I think the reason I do these videos is I want people to know, as we're talking, I'm going to apply, that, you don't have to spend a lot of money on makeup. You can go into the dollar store or into, any of these, well, even Walmart or places like that in the States, and you can pick up products that are really, really affordable and actually good quality. Now, to me, I mean, I have no problem with this particular blush. I think it's very pretty. I'm using that peachy color, or this one here, and I think it's lovely. So I'm going to be okay with that. Now, in terms of eyes, oh my gosh, I found the most amazing, amazing eye products. I'm going to share with you the 4 different colors that I got. They were very affordable. I got them at Primos. Primos is, I mentioned, a brand in, I had 4 of them. Where's the other one gone? That do a range of brands, but they have their own brand as well. And this is the Primos brand. Now, you won't be able to get this, unfortunately, but I wanted to show you what you can get for like $2 in a drugstore if you just hunt around and you know what you're looking for. Looking for a contour, looking for a blush, looking for an eye shadow. I do have some powdered ones that I purchased. There was a line called Magic Studio, which is one in Spain. I got this in Madrid. It's a very pretty little palette. This was about $5, and I think I might use this one in a second when I put the cream on first. But this is an example of the kind of product that you can buy, as long as you know what colors and what undertone you have in your skin. Like, I have very cool undertone, so peaches, pinks, those are the kinds of colors I like. But I've worn green, I've worn turquoise blue before, but if you know the kind of tones you like on your face, you can find affordable palettes. So this one's a really cute little one, and the company, as I mentioned, was called Magic Studio. Have you ever heard of it? I have not. So I'm going to pick up one of these. Now, this is the one I think that I like, the brown. This is pretty too. They're very similar in color. Can you see the differences? But I'm going to go with this brownie color, which is like a taupe. It is, honestly, they were under $1, I think €1 each. They've got a nice little wand, and I'm going to apply it with my fingers, and I'm going to put it on my wrist here, or my hand, and then I'm going to just take it and apply it. And you will see in a second what I mean by this. Now, it looks a little bit glowy. Now, as you know, I only ever put anything on the lid of my eyes. I don't go up above. I don't do any fancy kind of shading and things like that. I tend to find that you got to leave it for just a minute, like almost with your eyes closed. Like, don't open them too wide, because what will happen is it will go up on the upper lid, and you don't really want that to happen. Or at least I don't want that to happen. I mean, some people love that approach to eyeshadow, and I'm happy to support that. Whatever works for you. But this one I think is so, so pretty. I need my mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Hold on. Can you see that? It's shimmery, it's kind of shiny, but it's not glittery. It's not so glittery that you feel. Now, it dries down really fast, which I like. For that reason, actually, that you actually don't have to worry about it going up above your eye. Now, I can see right away that I need some more on the other side, so I may just use the wand here. Actually, that's a kind of, the wand is really nice to use. That would be a good approach as well. Okay, so that is I don't know the colors, I don't even know if they have colors. I think they were just in a little bin with with all the different the colors together. So that is the eyeshadow that I love. And in fact, it's funny, I bought one and I took it back to the hotel and tried it, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. I went back and got the other two colors. But on top of that, I'm going to put a little bit of this from the Magic, what was it called again? Magic Studio. I'm going to put this one here as kind of a shimmer. Let's see if that will work. Just on the center part there. Super pretty. And this again was $5. This was a little bit more expensive, but it was in a drugstore, just literally with the, I went in to get some shampoo, I think, and I ended up buying this little palette. Isn't that pretty? Now, in terms of mascara, again, Technic, I believe it was, had a really cool, yeah, this is their mascara. It's called Intoxicate. It was again $2. And I'll pop this on so you can see it's a beautiful wand. It's a little sticky, and when I mean, I think most of mascara you have to kind of wear them for a few days. I can get the air to the mascara. But for me, I've worn this before, and it's really, I love it. I love that eyeshadow. I just don't know how they do that for $1. But you know, I think a lot of these makeup products in the drugstore are actually higher end. They're just, you know, they're just packaged for a drugstore store, and they don't really have that much difference from the more expensive versions. What do you think? The mascara's nice. It works. I've actually worn this mascara several times already since I got back, and because mascaras I always, you know, not worry about, but I think, you know, where they're made and the cleanliness and all the rest of it. But I just got it on my. I'll take care of that in just a second. That's why it's really useful to have your that little piece of foundation on your brush. You can then just heal little mistakes. So that's the eyes. I would do the brows with my good old NYX Thick It Stick It, because I didn't pick up any brow products from the drugstore in Portugal or Spain, but I'll just quickly do this on my eyes. You know, this is my standard approach to brows. It's the best product ever. I think I'm on about the 5th one of this now. It's just such a perfect product for me. The color is great. It's blonde, I think is what it's called. So, okay, so that's eyebrows and eyes. Okay, lips. This is, as I said, it's all drugstore product, and this is one product that I wish I bought 10 of them. It's from a company that I can hardly pronounce the name. I'll leave it. It's Quimdis Berenice. It's a Brazilian line. When I went into the shop, they said, I said, do you have any products that are made in Portugal or that the Portuguese audience likes? So, well, there's not many that we know made in Portugal that are Portuguese brands, but this one is from Brazil, and we sell a lot of it. And I looked online and saw that it's a very popular brand. This is a semi-matte lipstick, and I wish I should have done this before I started. I'm going to put this, see if I can put it on my hand here. Okay, I leave that until it dries. I did a test of this when I was when I got back to the hotel. The next morning, after washing and having a shower, it was still on my hand. At the end of the day, it was still on my hand as a tint. This is, in my opinion, the best tinted lipstick. And it's a little matte, but so there's a secret. So let me put it on. I've got no liner. Okay. That's the bottom. Super, super easy to apply. As it dries, like, you know this, if you're into makeup, you know, matte lipsticks will dry really quickly and they'll be a bit stiff, but this is not. It's got a little creamy matte feeling to it, but that stain is unbelievable. It's so hard to do and still talk. Okay. Okay, now when I've got that lined once, look at the color. It's really a pretty color. But what I normally do now, because I've experimented with it a bit, is I just dip the wand in one more time, and I go over one more time. Now, I am not fussy with lipstick all day. I do carry a gloss just in my pocket, and I apply it now and again. But this is a beautiful lipstick. And if you're looking for it's a semi-matte. They call it semi-matte. But the reason I'm showing you this one is that it was just in the drugstore. It wasn't a high-end brand. You can just dig around and find things. Now, Essence and Catrice both do, which are drugstore brands, both do sort of semi-matte lipsticks, which are really, really good. But I did want to show you one more thing, which is kind of an interesting one. This is from the same line, Berenice, but it's something that I know a lot of women do this as a standard procedure. I don't use eyeliner, but I do what's called I think it's called underpainting or underlining, tight lining. And that's where you take this very soft liner and you go under your eye in terms of like literally. Now I have to do this looking at my mirror because I don't want to stab myself. It takes a little bit of practice to do this. And just now, can you see the difference in that eye? Just putting this on as a tight liner, not as a liner, but under the eye, under the lid. It's really, really okay. I'm being super careful because I'm doing this in a normal way. I wouldn't normally be sitting here. I would be up against a mirror where I could see. But that really makes a difference. And that was another product. The secret to this one, I think, that made it so attractive to me is how soft it is. It's super, super soft. You don't want anything like a hard pencil going underneath your eyes. It's super, super soft. I also found some really cool things like this other brands. You would not believe all the crazy brands that you can get in places like Portugal and Spain. This is Miss Cop metal liner. I love this. I haven't used this yet, but it was like, $1, and I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll try it. Look at this. It's like an eyeliner, but the color is so pretty and beautiful. I got that. I thought, well, it was worth $1 investment. And also there's another brand, was called what is this brand? Oh, Magic Studio. This is the same as the eyeshadow palette, but this is a really cool dual-ended liner. Now, I'm not going to use it, but you've got a felt tip pen on one side, and then on the other side you've got this very kind of a thick, almost stamping product, which is, it looks very similar, but they're on different technique. That was really cool. Magic Studio. What else did I purchase that was fun? Oh, I found the other color of that eyeliner shadow. It's a gold color. So there were so many. There were 4 beautiful colors. But look at that. I love it. Okay, so now I want to show you what I do with the lips. Now, they suggested that you wait a few minutes until it kind of dries and put on a lip gloss. Now, I actually like my contacts. This is Romance. Remember I told you about this lipstick before? It's one of my absolute favorites. The reason I like it is it's quite thick. It is a gloss, but it changes the color of the lipstick a little bit, and I like what it does. It's kind of an ombre look, so I'm looking at the wrong place in the camera. Here I am. Okay. Okay, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that combination. And if that's too, and still it's a little bit heavy or matte, you can always just then put on a really lightweight gloss, like something like this one. This, by the way, is my very favorite gloss of all time. I got it in a set. It's Anastasia, which is really expensive, but it was a little tester, and it was glitter gloss. And actually, Catrice does a really nice glitter gloss. So you can find this kind of product in the drugstores as well. So that was my mission for this application, to show you that you can go to a place anywhere in the world, go into the drugstore, you can find beautiful products for under $2, $5, and I know you can find these types of products in shops around the United States, in Canada, UK. Technic, as I mentioned, is actually in the UK, so you can get all the Technic products I showed you today online too. They have a really good online service, and they ship globally, and it's super easy to order. Their products are limited. They haven't got thousands of products, but I think it's worth checking out. I've gone way over on time. If you're still with me, thank you. If you liked the video, I thought it was useful, because I think makeup is fun and it should be enjoyed as almost a meditation, as a communication with yourself and with others. Share with your friends if you like it, and let me know if you have tried any unusual products from different places around the world, and we can all share with each other and enjoy this beautiful life that we are sharing together. Take good care, everybody. Sending you lots and lots of love. Have a wonderful day. Go out in the world and shine, glow. Bye for now.